without moving them around. I think having Johnny in the background, like just holding the lights.
Well, for me, participatory video is using filmmaking to get people involved in learning about something.
It's a sense that there are different voices being represented, and when I'm in the middle of a project, if in some way you don't feel sort of challenged in a way or taken off slightly off kilter from the direction you were expecting, I kind of worry.
What makes participatory video participatory is the way that people get involved, and there's all sorts of different ways that can happen. They can get involved in creating something and thinking about how it's going to work. They can get involved in actually making it. They can get involved in making judgments about how well things are being reflected. There's all sorts of levels that can happen.
Sort of in the hub of the process, I just think it's amazing that so many kind of different voices can be registered. I don't just mean the kind of young people that I'm working with, but you just get quite an insight into lots of different people's agendas as such. And I suppose a part of the video process, I'm aware that people are, I guess, are hearing these different viewpoints, you'd hope, to a degree.
I'd say participatory video is for what people want it for. And the joy of it is that it hasn't really been pinned down as a thing yet. So it's, you can see it as a method or a way of working, or you can see participatory video as a sort of key element in freeing people from the things they're trapped in. I think the strengths of participatory video are to do with the way that people get really interested and enlivened by taking part in it.
The main weakness is you can't do everything with it. It's not precise. It's all about negotiation. It's all about compromise in some ways. But perhaps that's why it's so interesting, I guess, for me.
Well, I think some of the weaknesses of participatory video are the flip side of the strengths. So when a lot of people are getting stuck in and involved, it's easy to neglect that some people are being left out.
Well, some of the concerns that I have about doing this kind of research, having not done anything as participatory as this before, is how, as a researcher, you go into the environment and have your own research questions, the issues that you want to address. Maybe it's come from the theory and the literature and you've got your own agenda, and how you then negotiate that working in a participatory way with a larger group of people, when obviously research questions change in most research anyway, but it's the degree to which that can happen and the degree to which the research can be taken off in completely other directions if that's what the group want to do. So my concern is about how I would negotiate that as a researcher.
There are 2 or 3 things that I would like to think through before I start on any participatory video project. The first one, more than anything, I think, is how do we make it participatory enough? How do I avoid doing what the old folklorists used to do with folk singers and turn people into lantern slides, someone to be displayed as an example of my fabulous research. The second thing is sustainability. I'm wondering if other people who've used participatory video have actually worked in the cost of the video equipment for the group that they're working with into their research bids, so that they have the equipment to run with after the parachutist has parachuted back out. And the third thing on that same question is that the media literacy now, especially among young people, is so great. Are we actually liberating them by putting this participatory video equipment there when they already do this kind of thing with their cameras? Or might there be a way of utilising what they already do with their mobile phones even? They're using video equipment effectively to talk to each other. So they're my 3 little queries.
I've really enjoyed participating in the workshop about participatory video. It certainly made me think about how I'll frame some future research. It's also made me realise that the projects that I had in mind when I came here may not work as a participatory video event, as it were. But that's okay, because now that I have some idea of what it is, what it can do, how exciting it can be, as a participatory event, as getting people sharing ideas as well as sharing practice, I think I'll look at future research projects, maybe with that in mind, so starting from there. What I did with this was to come with a particular project in mind, and in the course of the workshop I've thought, I'm not sure if that will work. However, I really feel as if I've been equipped with a new way of thinking about doing research, so for that reason it's been extremely positive.